everybody, we are back for another Blind Wave movie commentary. This time, we're looking at The Matrix. So right now, we are in a world where Matrix 4 has been announced.
Ooh. Yeah.
So I thought this is going to be a cool look back into the past. This is like, what, 1999, 98? Something like that. I've recently watched this movie. I love this movie. It's one of the things that 99. I put into my list of perfect movies because it's like, you know, I love the lore, but the lore is my least favorite part of the movie. It's the cinematography and the color choices and the choreography.
The stunt work.
The camera work. There's so many great things about this movie. But what is your guys' experience with this movie?
I was told by a 60-year-old man to watch this movie because it was his favorite movie.
Yeah.
And I understood why after watching it.
Was it you from...
He's passed away now, right?
Future?
No, he's since passed.
Okay,
but
gotcha.
Creedence Clearwater Revival, Queen, this movie, and I can't remember the other movie that he recommended to me.
Gotcha.
It may have been one that I already seen.
Matrix, good.
But yeah, Matrix was like in his top 3.
Okay. What about you, Aaron?
I don't remember the first time seeing this or anything.
Yeah.
I remember liking Matrix. Like enjoying and and of course it got mainstream and everywhere and there's bullet time and stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
I do remember like my sensei in karate talked about this movie and I was like, oh, okay, interesting. And he was an older guy, so everyone loved this movie.
Yeah.
I think the first time I saw it was in college. One of my film and writing professors recommended it, and I watched it. It was great. Reminded me a lot of Ghost in the Shell. I'll be curious to see what you guys think of it, having seen Ghost in the Shell now.
Yeah.
What sort of light that'll reflect upon it. But yeah, it's one of my favorite movies. I agree. It's a perfect science fiction movie.
Yeah.
What about you, Shane?
A friend I grew up with loved it. I can't remember the first time watching it like Aaron, but I haven't seen it in maybe 10 years, but I love it.
So you guys, have you guys seen it like recently at all?
Yeah. I saw it last month. Actually, like Rick mentioned, about a week after we saw Ghost in the Shell.
Gotcha. Okay. And then Aaron, you said you had...
I haven't seen it since Eric and I lived together, which would have been back in 2011.
Yeah, at least 5-6 years. 2011.
Seen it in the last
long time.
2 years.
How did it take you so long to watch it?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
He's busy playing games.
Limited exposure.
Metal Gear Solid.
All right, well, let's not take too long to get into watching it this time. So, Calvin, where are we so people can sync up their own versions of, I'm not sure exactly which copy. Matrix doesn't have an extended or anything, so it's just going to be standard for everybody.
Yeah, this is going to be the American Blu-ray. I don't think, like you said, I don't think it's any kind of special edition, but we are paused right at the end of the Village Roadshow logo. Okay. Right as it fades to black, right before the green waterfall trickle.
WB logo, Village Roadshow, and then we're about ready to start.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. And we will be unpausing when I say play in 3, 2, 1, play.
All right. Okay, so do any of you guys remember the marketing for this movie?
I do not.
No. I clearly remember it because all they did was say, "What is the Matrix?" All the commercials, all the trailers, everybody was just like, what is the Matrix? So when you went on opening day, we had no idea what the story was. Just that there's some fighting, there's some guns, guys have phones, and no one knows what the fuck the Matrix is. And I always thought that was like one of the most brilliant ways of doing a movie. No one knew anything going into it.
Yeah.
So, kind of like, where's the beef?
Yeah.
But what is interesting?
I enjoy the very beginning, and that became a thing too of having like that trickle down, like letters and numbers and all that kind of stuff. Of like you just see that everywhere now, and now it's kind of like if you think of technology and sci-fi, like that's what you get.
Sure,
that was all over the internet in the '90s, all over GeoCities,
MySpace. I don't know.
In 8th grade, I like an idiot. I was wearing all black and Matrix sunglasses.
Oh yeah.
Our 8th grade field trip to Cedar Point, I show up in the morning with black bags, like everything but leather, like you're actually supposed to wear.
Yeah.
Me and Gus thought it'd be fucking cool, and he forgot something, so he ended up not doing it. I was the only one.
Oh no.
Yeah.
This movie led to a big resurgence in leather trench coats.
Yep.
Dude, leather trench coats are great. Man, it's so weird seeing her.
I know.
Carrie Ann Moss.
Yeah.
Yep.
After seeing her in Daredevil
Yeah.
and Jessica
Hogwarts.
Jones.
How many years later? Yeah.
Yeah. Like 20.
Yeah, it's 99, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. So it's Agent Smith, obviously.
Yeah.
Agent Brown, and then there's I don't remember the other agent's name.
Harrison or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Something with an H.
Yeah. I love it. You know, the color in this movie is great. Like even the agent suits, like you would think, oh, that's black. It's actually a very, very dark green. Like,
Yeah.
And everything has that major color grading.
Yeah.
This reinforced the greatness of green for me.
Yeah.
Black and green.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that outfit.
And it's cool too, like, because when we get into the second movie, Smith, who has changed, does go completely black in his. Oh, there's the shot. That's the shot that's been used so many times.
Rick hasn't seen the second and third one though, right?
Yeah.
I have
No.
not.
I can't imagine like my first time watching this and like or having no idea what it was because I feel like when I watched it, I knew what the Matrix was already.
Sure.
I didn't watch it of like having no clue. So like
Yeah.
that moment, they'd be like, "Wait, what the hell?" You
Yeah.
know, like
that's the thing. You can never replicate watching it for the first time and not knowing what the Matrix is.
Like I had seen Ghost in the Shell before this, so I had assumed that this was like an American remake by another name.
Yeah.
so you thought it was like some kind of robot thing going on and like stuff like that.
Which heavily inspired, but the story is quite different.
By the time I had watched this, I had already seen like remakes of all the really famous shots in this.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, that's where this is from. Oh, that's where this is from.
Sure.
That's the same hallway from the end, isn't it?
It is.
I didn't realize that till now.
The exit point is the same exit they try to take at the end of the movie.
I love when the agents are just like, you know, they all realize something like that.
It does make
Where
you
they
wonder
look.
what they're hearing when they're
Like
hearing
who's
in their
talking
earpiece.
to them and stuff.
Because later in the movie, Smith takes his out, and he doesn't have that connection that all the other agents do. But
Yeah.
like, is it talking? Is it data? Is it sounds? You know, what is it they're hearing?
And I feel like it's got to be connected to the
Look at these fat
the
fucks.
bots that attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know. What are they called?
The agents? Oh,
No,
the,
you see them in
yeah,
you
yeah.
see them in this movie, right? The weird
The Hunter Seeker
the
things.
Sentinels.
the Sentinels.
Sentinels,
That's it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hunter Seekers from Dune.
Hunter killers from Terminator.
I love this.
These cops are like, wait a minute.
He
I
lands
love
so
the-
hard.
That's
It
so
lands
fucking
so
good.
hard.
And before you know what's going on, it's like, what the fuck is going
Yeah,
on?
exactly.
Yeah, like you're in the position of these police officers who are being like, what in the world? This is not real.
Do you know what I would love for like the new movies, especially after seeing Inception, is maybe someone not knowing if they're in the real world or not.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like one thing about this movie is I always felt like, I guess it's not the real world. I'm sorry. Like when you get into the fake world, it feels like, I don't know, like a what's it called? Like a cardboard or like a cardboard world, right?
Mm-hmm.
It didn't feel like it could fool me. You know what I mean? So maybe like it's like in the new ones, like a really convincing fake world.
I love this. I mean, I love watching this for the first time, being like, why is this trucker trying to kill her?
Yeah.
What is going on? What is the Matrix?
She's in Ohio.
Yeah. That guy loves cell phones, hates these kind of
Why
things.
is she running towards the phone and not away from the truck?
Yeah.
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 The world.
And then you're just thinking, how the hell did that guy get in that truck?
He's like, I need to commandeer this.
Yeah.
Because like you feel like
Get
they're
out.
Yeah, exactly.
And then there's no body.
Yep.
Jones, that's his name.
And it's
Jones,
like, what
okay.
Yeah, Foreman is real.
As much lore and information as they give you, there's still so many questions and stuff
Yeah,
that you
lots of
don't get, you
questions.
know,
Yeah.
Movie up a little bit.
which is very interesting.
Yeah.
No, I think it's good, Shane. Like
I-
we don't have to hear it.
I barely heard that last part at all.
It's a little quiet, but I could make do, but it doesn't matter. So yeah, the idea that Neo he already knows what Morpheus is or what Trinity is. He's just searching,
Yeah.
But there's a lot of cool little Easter eggs in these news clippings and stuff. Like Morpheus almost caught at airport, stuff like that.
Yeah. Seen as this international Uber criminal.
Yeah.
Is that what's
Uber.
How's he? Is that because he's a hacker? Is that why he knows this stuff?
Yeah.
Like I can't remember.
That's why
any
he
of that
calls
stuff.
himself Neo. It's his screen name.
Yeah, I knew that. I just
Yeah.
couldn't remember like.
He just thinks Morpheus and Trinity are other screen names, and they were just woken up.
What is the Matrix?
What the hell? Man, he looks young,
He is.
but he still looks pretty much the same too. So
What does Control X do?
Cut.
Oh, yeah. Well, copycat, yeah. Dude, that would be creepy. I would not answer. Like, I'm done.
isn't the White Rabbit the thing in Mission Impossible also, Rick?
Alice in
Well,
Wonderland.
it's Alice in Wonderland.
Oh, okay, maybe it's just a reoccurring thing.
I mean, there's like the saying of like catching your white rabbit or something like that, where it's like,
That's the white whale.
White whale.
no, there's something. I'm positive. The idea of like Alice chasing after the white rabbit, trying to.
Yeah.
I think white whale is another analogy or another one. But
Well,
I
the
think
white whale is more of an analogy that you chase to your own destruction. The white rabbit is something like you just chase because you're curious, kind of thing.
Do you remember mini discs?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I remember the GameCube, Rick. Yes.
I love watching this movie. Like the more time goes on, the more I love the idea that's like, we have trapped you in your prime time, 1999. You're like, oh, okay, I guess so. 99 is pretty great.
I was 7.
I mean, you didn't think about that whenever you were watching it when it first came out,
No.
because that's
No.
the time you were
Yeah.
in. Oh man, it's
Yeah.
happening now. But
Yeah.
Look at that girl's nose ring that goes all the way to her ear.
Mm-hmm.
oh wow, I was looking at this one. I'm like, there's nothing there.
Fucking that shit.
I like how he he praises him here when he gets he's like, man, you're my own personal Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Because
The
just kind
Savior
of
story.
yeah.
You need to unplug. You need to get some R&R.
Yeah.
there's just lots of things that kind of fit into
Yep.
later on. Chase the white rabbit.
Yeah.
So when I was a kid, when I was a kid, I thought Morpheus put the white rabbit there. But in later viewings, I realized that he just saw that girl had a white rabbit tattoo, and he's reading, the
Yeah.
things.
He's reading the code.
He's reading the code,
Yeah.
knowing that
Well, how did he know that he? I mean, because that's just a small tattoo on the back of her body.
because you can read that in the code.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In
Like,
coding, you
like
can see
Cypher
everything.
talks about, I can't read much. I can see blonde, brunette, redhead, but he's not very good. But Tank can look at it and like three-dimensionalize in his head.
So he can see the
what's-
future.
No, no,
Well, how did he know he would see that tattoo?
because he saw them come into the building.
I know.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
They're coming in the building, and he's like, "Follow the white rabbit. Go there.
What if he
you
just
go there, and then we'll follow you?"
Yeah. What if he just happened not to see the tattoo?
And then
I would find
he
a
wasn't
better,
paying
like a
attention.
better descriptor. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But it has to be subtle enough that agents can't
it
find
does
it.
have to be
Yeah.
subtle enough.
You can't be like, hey, follow Choi.
It's also
Yeah.
one of the reasons
Follow
why
the fucking chain nose ring ear, lady.
there's a lot of them.
Yeah, there is.
But that's one of the things here too is like one of the criticisms that you could have is like, why don't they just tell them what's going on? It's all so cryptic. But they say later like, you can't be told what the Matrix in it. You have to be shown, or you just
Yeah.
don't believe it. You won't believe it.
And also, he's bugged at this point.
And he has
well,
to
no,
choose.
not yet. He
Yeah,
will
that
be
happens-
bugged.
that happens later.
We actually will see him be bugged.
Yeah, and unbugged.
Oh,
And
that's-
yes, we will
I'm-
see that
I'm an
too.
idiot. Yes,
But no, the dang, what I say? He also has to choose to want to leave as well, right? Like they can't pull him out.
Yeah.
Like he has to be the one who wants to leave.
Well, they can't even find his body until they sing a signal with the pill to be able to locate where it is. So they can find him in here, but they can't find an actual body until he takes the pill.
Yeah. So you got to get him to believe, and then get him to want to leave before you can.
Yeah.
There's no point in being like, bitch, hey, this is all fake. You're like, what? If someone told you, like, hey, the world you're living in is fake. It's
Yeah.
not real.
It's a simulation.
You're a battery
Yeah.
for robots.
Exactly.
Would you be like, you're fucking crazy?
Yeah.
You
where's
know?
the wires?
But I do love the idea that not all humans will accept this fake world. There's going to be a small percentage that just won't be able to be tricked. And the machines are like, all right, yeah, that happens. You know, it's acceptable loss.
Mr. Anderson. Even these suits have that slight green, huh?
Everything
Everything
does.
has a slight green.
Well, when you're in the Matrix, everything does.
It's neat.
No one's wearing pink.
In the world.
I think that's a thing that will carry over to the new ones,
What's that?
like the look, like the greenness.
I mean, without getting any particulars of the sequels, I could see why they wouldn't, but they probably will just for the nostalgia, you know. But I mean, look at the highlights, like in the shadows going up to his hair.
Yeah.
The blacks are tinted green in
Yeah.
these shots, you know.
There is no black.
No.
Was this before or after he was in Speed? Speed was first, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see Speed. I haven't seen Speed in years.
But you know, like showing like Neo in his daily life, like he's in this discipline meeting, but he's focusing on the windows being clean, and like he's so bored and not into the idea that any of this is interesting, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, when I was a kid, this is the coolest fucking phone.
Right. You push a button and it slides.
How do they know?
So fucking cool.
For some reason, I couldn't remember his name, and I just forgot to think about Mr. Anderson.
Mr. Anderson. Thomas
Mr. Anderson.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I love Fishburne.
Yep. Lawrence.
Yeah.
So before Keanu Reeves, they were looking at Will Smith for this, were
They
they
were?
not?
Yeah.
He turned it down. They offered it to him.
Yeah.
Then he did Men in Black.
Yep.
Didn't he
No,
do
he did
Wild Wild West?
He did Wild
Yeah,
Wild
he
West.
did Wild Wild West instead of this.
They were looking at him for this, and then he turned it down and chose Wild Wild West instead.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And that was
Because the opening chase scene of this movie
I love
reminds
this
me
shot.
of Men in Black a little.
yeah.
Yeah.
All look at the same time. It's
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yes.
So here he's talking to him from the real world.
Yeah, he's
Watching
he's
the code.
looking over Tank's shoulder, looking at the code,
Yeah.
seeing what they're doing.
Yeah.
Telling him where to move because he can see what everyone's doing.
He has like a top-down view, kind of.
Yeah.
He knows how to get him out. He has Trinity ready to get him out.
See, watching this too, like my first time, you imagine these guys are good because of like the authority, police, FBI kind of thing,
Yeah.
but they must not be. Like I feel like watching the first time, I'd be like, okay, so they're bad. Why are they bad? Why
Yeah.
are the police bad? What? This guy's a hacker? Isn't he bad?
Yeah.
You know, like
He's a little innocent white boy being like, "What's wrong?" This guy's like,
Yeah, what the
"PC love
hell?"
letter."
The fuck does that mean?
can you fix this?
Just put the lid down.
All right. So here's the point that I'm like, I don't know how to do this.
Yeah. Well, you gotta think like Morpheus. He knows he doesn't have any experience, but Morpheus believes he is the one. Thus, he will not die like this. You know. And he hangs up.
What do I do?
He told him what he needed to do. He gave him a choice.
I don't know if a mysterious phone call person, I'd be like, all right, yeah, sure, let's climb out on this building ledge.
Man,
But also
I
like
mean, he knows that he's a hacker. He knows that he's done terrible things. Like, not terrible, but like illegal things.
yeah.
just download a couple thousand songs.
Well, no, he stole software from this company.
Yeah.
And he's distributing it. I would put that phone in my pocket.
Fuck yeah, why would you?
never.
No.
I
Get as
I
much-
want some extra grip with my fingers.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not bad over
That-
there, but no way.
That's a huge ledge that he gets
I
out
couldn't
there.
do that 2 inches off the ground.
no! Oh no!
You couldn't do that 2 inches off?
I would just stay out there then. Don't go back inside. Just fucking stay out there.
I mean, they'd probably find him eventually.
Yeah.
Why would they look out the window?
Why wouldn't they're agents? They'd probably get the information eventually. You know, somebody would see him and then they would know.
Oh yeah.
I've been made. Dude, I love this shot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which
makes you think of
it's great for the Matrix.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
I love how the interlacing just goes away. I love that.
And you're still in the fisheye
Yep.
a little bit until it distorts back into reality. It's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Reality.
Mm-hmm.
Oops, there goes gravity.
So slow, deliberate.
I love how it's just numbers.
Yeah.
He's reading the raw code.
The little detail I like is that they do not allow him a phone call because they hate when people pick up the phones and get out.
Yeah.
It's also like a sign of the times that the rebellion has to use landlines because that was mainly how we got our internet then in '99.
Yeah.
You know, if this movie was made today, it might be a little different in how they get in and out. You know,
Sure.
Yeah.
How the fuck are they gonna do that?
Like cell phones and stuff can
Yeah.
connect to internet just easily now. Let's see. This is Hugo.
Has a
Hugo?
future.
Right?
Hugo
Weaving.
Weaving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what he was in before this that I had seen. Because this would have been this would have been before most things he's been in, right?
Before
Like,
V for
he wasn't
Vendetta.
Red Skull. He wasn't
Lord Elrond.
Lord Elrond. Like I feel like this
He was
the
mainly
first
a
time
theater
I
and
saw
stage
him.
actor.
Yeah.
I mean, he's amazing.
This was
man.
the first thing I remember him in.
One of the best villain roles of all time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm. I don't know, I want to say Hugo Weaving for some reason. I was like, is that the DC character?
No.
Hugo Strange.
Yeah, Hugo Strange.
and such a fantastic way to speak in an accent that's not his own.
Yeah.
You know?
Just that
Man,
kind of slightly
alive.
deep and just
He
elongated.
has a weird way of like talking with the back of his tongue and not the front. Alive.
It's such disdain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny too because he takes his glasses off when he wants to relate with you,
Yeah.
but his eyes are dead. He's not
Yeah.
very good at it.
Yeah.
He's always looking in another direction.
Yeah. And now he's done playing.
Yeah.
So back on they go, and there's his machine face.
Yeah, but when he's really done playing, isn't during Morpheus? That's when he takes out his little earpiece, then,
Oh,
isn't
yeah.
it? He's like,
Yeah.
That's when he
Fuck
shows
with this
that
guy.
I hate this place. Yeah.
The stink of it.
This freaked me the fuck out when I was younger. Like when I first saw
yeah.
it, I remember thinking like, "What the fuck? What just happened to me?"
I love his.
So they're hacking into his pod right now.
Yeah, they can make any change they want, but sometimes deja vu occurs when they make a change.
Yeah.
Dude, that'd be so freaky, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
What would you do?
I love his expression.
All right, Mr. Anderson.
That's how they keep you
Time
quiet.
to get naked.
Oh,
Oh, the bug.
I hate it.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
This sucks, dude.
Yeah,
Rick, you have a specific phobia about this, don't you?
there's a feeling when that thing goes into him that
Stays with you for-
everybody describes. Yeah,
Yeah.
it stays with you. Nice little morph.
See, it looks like a needle.
On the back?
And then it just turns into this instead.
Would you rather have that in or a needle?
That.
Are you serious?
That.
A whole bunch of little needle appendages?
Dude, it's gonna force
Sticking
its
in?
way in.
Instead of getting a shot,
Oh, the belly button, man. The belly button.
And he can't scream.
Oh, man. I have a thing about my belly button. Like Melanie,
So does Rick.
if Melanie messes with me and she goes to poke my belly button, I slap her hand. I'm like, you leave that alone.
Slap her face.
That's what makes my whole body fall apart.
That's the seam.
Yeah, it is. That's the weakest part of my body.
Yeah, it's the balloon knot.
Like, you don't fuck with
You
that.
mess with it.
Yeah, exactly. Like you leave that alone. So I understand, Rick. I hate that as much as you probably. Although you may have other things with it being like bug and face hugger and maybe that kind of relation as well.
It's not great either.
Jeez, Rick, your finger's so cool. Look at that. Like you're just still there.
And of course, the anagram that Neo and 1 are an anagram.
Mm-hmm.
You see it much easier right there with the
Yeah.
subtitles on.
Yeah.
Definitely. So much water.
Yeah.
Love it. It looks so good.
It does.
Why is it not pouring off that side?
Because the
'Cause
bridge
it's
is
fake.
The
slanted.
gutters must be this way.
No, the bridge is slanted.
Because it's fake. I don't even see much rain over there. Geez, they need to shut the door before they drove away. Well, hello.
Now, it's terrible when that thing goes in. I think it would probably feel more terrible when they force it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
I love that copper top
Yeah.
battery.
Exactly.
Duracell.
You know, the movie gets a little criticism by saying, like, you know, like humans are like one of the most inefficient batteries that's ever existed, you
Yeah.
know?
Well, yeah, it doesn't
And-
make a lot of sense because, like,
Yeah.
bodies consume and then use it. It's not like
Sure.
they're storing and producing their own energy.
Yeah. But you could say, well, humans or the machines just unlocked a better way of doing it.
And there's
that
trillions
it,
of them.
It does make it.
Yeah.
You know?
Would it-
Because the thing is that, you know, they can't get any other way because the sun is gone. The sun is responsible for all energy, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe they create a way where, you know, the body takes in energy, it
Yeah.
processes it to use it, but since they're not doing anything, they're still using that process to
Yeah.
create the energy in some way, and then they're harvesting it.
I did
Jesus.
Like, yeah, I know. I did like the idea. I think it was David Goyer that had when he was talking about this movie, like if he was writing it, obviously to write it is a big deal. You know, it takes a lot of work just to get to the point where you're there. So it's easier to go in and like fix holes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But one of his fixes was rather than make it a battery, make the human hive mind a processing plant so that they're all little tiny chips that you run the matrix on.
They're
you know?
running the brain through
and,
it.
and themselves on, yeah.
Since
And then Neo would be like an administrator that can make changes and that kind of
But
stuff.
what are they getting out of that though? If
Well, it would be how their AI becomes more powerful because it's adding
Oh,
humans
that
to
looks so
its
disgusting.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I hate it.
God, you figure you need some fucking stitches or something, right?
Such a great transition
And then it just turns into one of these again.
Yeah.
It's not a,
And
it's
the
not a
light
weird
goes
bug
out.
anymore.
with that single red eye.
It just looks like them too, you know.
Yeah, it's great because it's like a miniature version of that. Deja vu. They do a lot of really good shots in this.
Mm-hmm.
I like it's on a spiral staircase, but rather than just going back, it's also spiraling
Yeah.
itself.
Yeah.
This is like the way this door opens. You see this? You see him there?
I love how he has his arms crossed behind his back.
Like
I know.
like Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the way he does it, like
He has him,
he's
like,
like grabbing his
flat.
elbows.
Yeah.
It's not just like holding the wrists.
But you know, it's a very like John Woo film like master pose. You know. back
Yeah.
to that.
Who directed this?
The Wachowski at the time, it's the Wachowski brothers. Now it's the Wachowski sisters,
I don't know.
right? Because I think they're transsexual.
Both?
I believe so.
They wouldn't both be brothers or sisters. They want to be like the siblings.
Maybe it is siblings. I think it's both, but I might be wrong. I don't know. I love this movie, but I don't like some of the other commentaries. I don't know a ton about it. You know,
Yeah.
like Star Wars and Lord of the Rings. I put a lot of time and effort into like
looking
up
lore
background and the original author. Or,
I love this
that kind of
conversation
stuff.
right here so
Yeah.
much.
Besides the movies, like, did they do? I imagine they did comics at some point in the Matrix,
They did the
right?
video
Or the
game.
books,
They did
or
a
any of
video
that kind of
game
stuff.
and
Like,
MMO.
Oh, the sword fighting and that GameCube game, Eric, remember that?
that's
Yeah,
right.
The Path of Neo.
I
There was
played-
Enter the Matrix, which was a canon thing that had two of the characters from the second movie.
Yeah.
And you saw like stuff they did, and then also a couple things from the movie. And then there was the Path of Neo, which was amazing. I love that movie.
I think I
That
played both of those a little bit, but I love like you could do like the cartwheel shooting and
Yeah.
stuff like that, and you could change when you want to slow things
They
down.
had training
and-
missions that were just John Woo movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool. I enjoyed that a lot.
Conker's Bad Fur Day, which is my favorite.
Were both of those canon though? Like, were they related to like the story of
Enter
the
the
universe?
Matrix.
Enter the Matrix definitely.
Path of
was.
Neo was not though.
Path of Neo is just a retelling of the Matrix movies.
Gotcha.
Conker's Bad Fur Day has a part where they spoof the Matrix as well. Where they spoof all these movies, and you have the slow motion cartwheel. It's awesome.
So everything's spoofed.
What's cool is
Yeah.
he's talking to Neo about all this stuff. I think everyone feels. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like something's not right in your life.
Well, yeah, it's like this could just be a philosophical conversation. Like
Yeah.
if
It
the
is.
Matrix didn't exist,
I mean, many philosophy classes start with a Matrix like watch to get people into the idea of these kind of things.
What's real? I remember thinking different times, like, not, I guess in the same idea of like what I'm in is not real, but like it was when I was playing like Sims, and I'm like, oh man, I'm controlling these people.
Sure.
Like, what if someone is controlling me,
Simulation
and they
theory.
made me play The Sims? You know, like,
Oh, there's the classic brain of that idea that like, what do you know? You can't know absolutely anything. You have to like presuppose some things are true to be able to know anything, you know? So like the brain of that idea is like, well, what if you were just created this morning or this moment with all the memories that you've had, you know?
You'd
Like,
have no
there's
way of
no way of
knowing.
knowing if that's true or not. So you have to presuppose that the reality you're in is the correct reality, that kind of thing, you know? I love this shot. Yeah, with
Yeah.
the two
Blue and
camera.
red, yeah.
Like, there's no way.
No, it's digital,
It's a
but
digital
it's awesome.
effect. For
I
sure,
know,
yeah.
but it's such a cool shot.
Fantastic shot.
does anyone know why it's blue and red?
I don't know.
because
the
green
color,
was
no.
taken.
Yeah, I'm just because that shot makes me think of like 3D glasses,
Yeah.
like making you see in a different way. I
Yeah.
wonder if that had something to do with it, or
I would say blue and red are common like versus colors,
Yeah.
you know, opposites.
I feel like
You get a lot of red team versus blue team kind of things, and I think it's easier to be like, look, these are obviously different. It's not purple or pink,
yeah.
which can be confused, you know.
Well, yeah, and they're not colors that show up in the rest of the world.
Yeah. So I think it's just like these are very bright colors that are obviously opposites.
I would have chosen black or white.
I feel like blue would be like the good one, like the truth, you know?
Why is that?
I don't know. I guess preconceived notions of blue and
Oh,
light side, I guess.
I thought it was like a needle they were gonna put in.
Inspired by like Japanese filmmaking though, and red is like the color of heroes.
Yeah.
So right now they're searching for where his body is, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Part of a trace program.
That fucker.
Dude,
So-
that guy.
Yeah, Cypher.
He's so great at Memento.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one who actually suggested to Christopher Nolan, like, get Carrie Ann Moss, because he enjoyed working with her so much in this movie. Oh.
He's in a movie with Tommy Lee Jones called U.S. Marshals. It's like the
I remember that.
Sequel.
the,
What a
the
sequel
mirror
to-
movie to
It's,
Yeah.
it's
Fugitive.
basically the sequel to
Fugitive, right?
Yeah.
it's just such a
Not good. I
So-
haven't seen
it's a
it.
very similar part, I must say.
So, having watched this movie a bunch, I've always been like, what the hell's going on right here? Is
he starting to
is
wake
this
up?
really happening? Is he seeing through the bullshit? Is
Yeah.
he hallucinating because of this medication he just took? I think it's like a combination of everything,
Yeah.
It's just like because his body is waking up, reality is breaking down.
Yeah,
you know?
that's how I kind of took it.
But in terms of audio, like editing, the scream as it goes into his mouth is one of the things I think of the most when it comes to like how that is amazing.
Yeah.
What if he never touched like the mirror?
Then he'd still be waking up.
Yeah, but I wonder if they would have had some kind of other way of doing this.
I love this.
Almost there.
I would be freaking the fuck out. That shit was crawling up me.
So like his brain right there is kind of going into shock. I feel like, right? And like if they don't get to his body soon, like it's gonna kill his body because he's
Yeah.
Well, they'll also they might find him too.
Yeah, that's weird. Like it sounds so digital as it goes down his throat.
Yeah.
Like they have to get him before they flush him down the toilet. You know?
Do you think when they were making this movie, they had any idea? Oh God, they had any idea what the fuck? You know how big it's gonna be?
No, probably not.
yeah.
That is just awful.
Yeah.
It's terrible. I would like to know what kind of stuff they used for this.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be some kind of lube or something, right?
Dude, I don't know.
Jeez, look at that.
Like I can't really remember like the day I saw this movie, even though I know I went to the theater to see it. But I remember this feeling of being like, what is the Matrix?
Yeah.
So did they shave all of his hair off?
Yep. His eyebrows.
His eyebrows are
everything.
gone. You know, like
Yeah.
did they?
Yeah.
So I wonder if it's like one of the last shots they did,
I don't know.
or what? Because like throughout the rest of it, he's got like no hair when he's doing with some scenes, but then he's also got to be in the Matrix as Neo with hair.
Dude, 1999 and this thing still looks great.
Oh
Yeah.
fuck yeah,
It
dude.
is.
Like look at this and like.
And then right there is a real, arm grab.
Yeah.
It's like, bitch, you woke
It's
up.
like back
now
then
we
they
gotta
tried
put
real
you to
fucking
sleep.
hard, and now they just know everyone doesn't care as much. Gee, So does that just like kind of?
It unhooks him.
Yeah.
It unhooks them so that they can.
This
flush
part
it.
disturbs the fuck out of me.
If you remember what they say later, they liquefy the dead, so they feed it to the living.
Yeah.
So right now he's being flushed down into this thing that's going to dissolve him after a while. That's why they have to have this ticking time bomb of like, we need to get him before that happens.
We need to find him.
So I wonder if people are kind of woken up before this happens to them in the Matrix. I mean, in the real world,
So this is where he would dissolve.
Yeah, he would dissolve. It's like
He would,
stomach
like-
acid.
Yeah.
They gotta get him out of there. And he can't swim, obviously, because he's
His
never used his
muscles are
muscles.
his muscles are atrophy like a motherfucker. That's just
Ugh.
oh fuck. It's like senior year.
I want to see an Into the Keanu verse, where
Yeah.
like Johnny Mnemonic, Neo,
John Wick.
all like come into the same
Ted.
universe and have
Yeah,
to
I was
fight
gonna say
something.
Ted.
Bill and Ted, yeah. Speed.
Yeah.
Have you seen that samurai movie he's in?
it's-
Ronin.
Yeah,
Ronin. Oh, I want to see that so bad.
it's good.
I think Morpheus, like, he's just a man of like faith. He believes that he's gonna find the one, and he
Because-
keeps trying and going. And
He does because he believes that the Oracle is true, and the Oracle said you will find the one. And all these people,
Jesus,
all of these people that he's awakened, he at one time thought they were the one.
yeah.
So even though he's been wrong before, he knows
He still
eventually
keeps
he'll
trying.
be right.
Yeah, like it's just.
Well, hopefully,
Yeah, it's just crazy.
like you figured his search just becomes more and more refined and perfected. So I guess the chance of finding the one increases greatly.
I
hopefully, every
wonder
time.
what
I guess
point-
so, but go ahead.
I wonder at what point he gave up on each of the other ones
Yeah.
of being the one.
I know.
Was it when he took them to the fortune teller?
Yeah, probably.
But she also tells him that he's not the one.
She does, but that's what he needed to hear.
So just get the muscles ready, right? Oh God.
Yeah, I know. Is it over yet? It's been a long time that this is on screen.
The needles, well, there's still a few, I guess. All right. There you go, Aaron.
And then, we can see from his hair that it's been a little bit since he's been out.
Yeah, at least a day.
So are they born in like a test tube in this world?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
they're
okay.
born in those pods.
Yeah.
One thing I always thought
This
was
is so
interesting.
cool.
What the hell?
One thing I thought was interesting is how do people that are still connected to the Matrix have a baby, and how does that correlate to a new battery?
Yeah.
I assume they just take sperm and an egg
That's what
from
they
two
have to
people
do,
and
right?
mix them together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like in
So just
the
some-
real world, he does have like he has the chromosomes of real people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're telling me that it's just some robot arm goes over and just starts.
Well,
Probably not an arm.
So I wonder if there's
probably a syringe.
I imagine it's his same parents too, right?
Yeah, you're probably right.
In the fake world.
Hey man, if you die in this world, you die in the Matrix, you die there. If you ejaculate in the Matrix, you probably do it there.
Maybe
you know?
it is. It's like a wet dream.
Yeah.
So would you rather be in a
Nebuchadnezzar.
like now you're like, oh, I'm in the real world now and it's shitty, or would you rather just believe the real world that you were in before that was somewhat normal?
I'd like to believe as many true things as possible and not believe as many false things.
Because I mean, you get why.
But you also have the philosophy of feeling no pain, or the least amount of pain, the least amount of struggle, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, yeah, sure.
It
but
relates to
not
what-
at the expense of delusion.
but it relates to what like Cypher does. Like
Yeah.
he's like, this world
Ignorance is bliss.
sucks. I'd rather be in a world where I don't know what's going on
Yeah.
and enjoying it
Sure.
than this world where I'm eating fucking.
You'd rather be king in a dream than
Like in this world, I
Yeah.
feel like I'd be
Peasant
woken up if
reality.
I woke up and I was like in a prison cell in the dark. Like, oh, this is the real world. I think I'd much rather go back to the Matrix. You know what I mean?
This is like a dark, constant war, fighting against these machines. Like you could die at any time, or you could just be in the Matrix. Living not even a king, just living like a
regular fucking
normalish
life.
life where you
Yeah.
can just.
Well, I'd
like,
want to be a king.
I'm gonna go grab some tacos.
If they sweeten the deal, you know what I mean?
Sweeten the deal.
Yeah.
Make me president.
It's weird because Neo just hasn't really asked any questions yet.
oh,
Aaron, how did that not disturb the fuck out of you?
I mean, it's not a needle and it's going into a jack. It's
But
like
think
plugging in AVs.
Yeah, I know, but think about how deep it is.
It
Like,
goes
it's
into
going
like his
here.
brain
It's a-
stem.
It's a big
you know?
needle. It'd be a needle to like a giant.
It's like shoving a pen in the back of your head.
So, like, seeing the skin tone in the construct they're in compared to when they're in the Matrix, obviously, even here, it's less green.
Yeah.
still wearing a green tie though.
Yeah.
So in this,
Green shirt.
this
or
is
Neo.
like they have a computer on their ship and we're in there.
Yeah. They're
This
just
is like a LAN party.
Versus us, yeah, exactly. Instead of us
Yeah.
going into
Yeah.
the Matrix.
The agents can't get in here.
they just don't have like the software to load the Matrix. They can build their own software, but they can't go into the actual Matrix.
Yeah.
That's why they're they go into the landlines. But yes, you're right.
Right. Morpheus is so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fishburne does such a good job, I think, as
Yeah.
him.
So what he's talking about here is that brain in the vat idea of like you could just be a brain somewhere being told all these things that you think are real.
Look at his glasses.
Yeah. They're just balanced on his nose.
Yeah, they just
Yeah,
pinch right
they're
here.
they're interesting. It was so cool too, like back then. Like the style, like you can go out and do it.
And they're so reflective.
Yeah.
And you don't see the camera,
No.
even though he's
Like-
looking straight up. What's kind of sad? That's the World Trade Center right there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It looks like it to me, at least.
No, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it.
To the desert.
I always thought like that last shot was one of the worst in the movie. I wish it had been like a matte painting or
Yeah.
something.
No, I get you.
Damn it.
AI, man.
I want to go to an AI celebration, you know?
Right?
AI is going to be the downfall of humanity. Either Terminator is going to happen, Matrix is going to happen, or
Ridiculous.
I have no mouth yet. I must scream.
If we're not careful.
that's what happened to Neo a little bit ago.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
We keep progressing AI so much, like, man, it's going to be so smart, it'd be great. And then it's just like, you know what? Humans are stupid. It kills us all.
Yeah.
You know? That's what's...
Well, no, what the AI and I Have No Mouth did was he killed all of humanity except 5, and then he tortured them for all eternity.
Why?
Because he hated humans. Because they created him without a body to be able to move. He was just a mind trapped in a jar.
We could have worked together.
I hate the little machine.
The little
buggy
spider things.
Yeah, but even the ones that are crawling around like centipedes in the middle.
Yeah.
Freak me out.
Ugh. So the main thing is they're utilizing the body heat produced
Yeah.
constantly. Okay. I can buy that, I
Look how
suppose.
scary
You know,
those things.
kind of
Yeah.
weird.
They're like War of the World.
These are harvesters, you know, like
Yeah.
these are the farmers.
Yeah.
I wonder who got Morpheus out of there.
Yeah, who was the first
Or was
one?
he born in the place?
know?
I mean, I could
Is
answer that question, but I don't know if I want to go into movies 2 and 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter to me.
Look at the baby, the baby.
Yep.
Is it moving around? What is the Matrix?
But yeah, I mean, Rick, if you don't care, it's just that it's the one was the first one to release everybody. There was a man born inside the Matrix. So
A battery. Why Duracell?
Copper top.
do you ever see Duracell? I wonder if they're pissed off. Like, son of a bitch, they didn't show the logo.
You know that's 100% a Duracell battery, you know?
Oh yeah.
They could have chose a generic, like,
And they needed something that's like instantly recognizable. Oh, a battery. That coloring is so iconic, you know?
but they turn the battery, but not to wherever the logo is. It's funny. Your tank's such a big guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fuck it. He's a tank.
Because he's had time to develop a proper body. You know?
That's all he does.
Same thing with
Watch it. My favorite part.
He's gonna
He's gonna
pop.
pop.
Gonna pop.
He's gonna pop.
I think that was Dozer. Tank is the guy that's on the
Oh.
Yeah.
computer.
Tank
He-
is
he
the
was
younger
always that-
brother.
He
Was
was
that
born in
Dozer?
Zion. Yeah, he was born in Zion.
Yeah.
Well, Dozer's such a big guy.
Dozer's a big guy.
Yeah. I mean, so is Tank.
He's a bulldozer.
Isn't one of them Walt?
Hmm?
One of them is Walt, isn't it? In here, isn't Walt in the Matrix?
You're thinking of Michael, Walt's dad,
Yeah, that's what I mean.
being in the second and third one.
Is that what it is? Okay.
He played Link.
Yeah, Michael.
Michael.
Link.
What's the age?
I love that.
Too old for the training.
It's like what, 50? Well,
We talking about?
they never free a mind past a certain age.
Oh.
Probably like adolescence.
33.
You need to have imagination to understand, kind of, maybe. As you get older, you kind of lose that imagination.
Maybe.
Most people do anyway.
Oh, it answers the question here, I guess, right?
So there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it doesn't even go into the second movie. It's
Yeah.
just told right here.
What do you do? Just wake up all those fucking people? You know?
As many as you can.
How do you
Well, they're-
feed? How do you feed them?
They're growing
Same
and
way the robots are feeding them. I
breeding
guess.
them.
Yeah, I mean, that's the
Other
thing. like,
people?
you wake them up, you have no world on the outside yet, you know? And it's like, what,
gotta
do,
have
what do
a-
we do when we wake these guys up? Where do we go?
You gotta have like an industry, an economy waiting.
You don't have to have an economy necessarily, but you got to have a way of people surviving.
Yeah.
You know,
Gotta have
like-
some kind of infrastructure.
You need
I mean-
a power source that's not taking advantage of humans. So that they, you know, they're Zion is deep underground. You
Maybe
know?
the robots have developed space travel.
Yeah.
You could just book it.
Oh, good point.
Yeah, it'd be weird if like we do go to another planet like where there was life and machines are just taking over there. And they take over us.
That sucks.
That's a terrible. Like,
Guys, we
it's not
found
even
new
a
life.
conversation. You just started and ended it.
Yeah.
We're not even our own downfall. Like it's AI from somewhere else.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
comes and takes us
Like we
over.
were so careful about our AI, and then some other
The
race
damn
that wasn't as
Klagorians.
careful. Yeah.
The Klagorians fucked up.
We didn't even get the honeymoon period with AI of having just this great life where it does everything for us.
Right.
Yeah.
That's Tank. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Tank.
Man, I imagine Tank would being bigger than a dozer.
Could have a dozer to clear out the tanks.
It's a great way to describe it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
And this parties get weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
Apparently, last
So what
one started AI.
I was gonna say we saw what happened after the last party.
They gotta be deep underground.
They are.
Well, the whole surface is covered by robots, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the idea.
And the farms.
And they've
They-
been destroyed.
Yeah, but they live in these gigantic sewers that these mega cities had, you know, because obviously, you know, in the future, cities got much bigger and more advanced. So they're just in these sewers that eventually go down. Like if you go down deep enough, you'll get to Zion.
Okay.
That's where the main gate of Zion is.
Okay.
Like
It's at the bottom
Coruscant.
of the sewer.
So this happened within Morpheus's lifetime, where someone woke them up, or was he just saying in general, like it happened?
In general, yeah.
So do we know like the years, like when it happened?
I mean, we know that, you know, it's been long enough for Tank and Dozer to be alive.
Yeah.
Man, I love that. Like, we're supposed to start with this, but that stuff's boring.
Yeah.
It's like in college, whenever they're like, well, you want to do these programming classes and stuff? Well, you got to learn basic PC. And like, I know how to turn on a computer.
Drunken boxing.
Yeah. Krav Maga.
Look how tired he is.
Yeah, I
you
know. He's
and
like,
he's just doing this.
And just staring at a screen.
You're
man.
putting encyclopedias into these people, right?
Yeah.
Give me more.
So does he feel?
handyman
Does
knowledge?
he understand? Like, okay, if you're putting this knowledge into him, like in this real world, like he can do most of it, right?
I know Kung Fu.
show me.
So why do they go here? Just so
It's a program, so they don't hurt
Yeah.
themselves.
Yeah. You don't hurt yourself. You also don't break anything in your ship. You know? Yeah. Also, he needs to know that stuff and the idea of bending things to help him in the real Matrix
Yeah.
world.
And they literally have nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nowhere on their ship they can have a fight. You
Yeah.
know? This is one of my favorite fights of the movie.
Yeah.
it's
I
pretty
mean,
good.
it's between this and between the subway fight, but I love the way this is shot. The location's awesome.
The white and black.
And
geese.
they, Lawrence Fishburne and Keanu Reeves spent 6 months training, to do this stuff. And it's mostly them. There's a couple shots with stunt doubles, but it's mostly, I love the swagger.
The Bruce Lee.
Jeet Kune Do.
That was so cool.
Yeah, there's a little bit of Matrix control there.
Yeah. I love Lawrence Fishburne's style.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
He has this kind of like bear claw like look to him.
Like Tai Chi almost.
Yeah.
He doesn't. Yeah.
Oh, I was teaching you. I love it. It's like, oh my God, what?
She climbs over the table to see. I love that.
There's a part in this fight that I absolutely love that you don't
So
get in a
good.
lot of movie fights. It's when they're judging each other's range. In a second, that like so many fights miss that.
A lot of fights don't. I feel like a lot of fights don't think about
Yeah.
range, and they do things like in an order they shouldn't
Yeah.
do them.
You don't get the character trying to figure out what they're going to do next. They just do it,
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's so fluid from one move to another. And the camera's right in there. You don't get
Yeah.
that a lot in Western cinematography either.
Dude, in the
Right
set-
here.
I love. I love.
I
Lawrence
love
there.
them judging like, nah.
Yep.
So good.
I love this like 360 set too. Like
Yeah.
they keep going around. Like you don't see any seams of anything. It just goes around. He sees you.
I love how it looks so slow for Neo, but
Yeah, that's the thing too. Like Neo is physically weak in the real world, but here it's what you believe. You know?
yeah, that's probably another reason why they like to choose people from the Matrix that are younger, because those thoughts haven't fixated themselves so concretely in their minds.
It's why the agents can do what they do.
Yeah.
But they, like he says, like, you know, agents still exist in a world where there are rules, you know? Like, you should be able to do that as well. It's just that we have these things in our minds that stop us from doing what we could really do.
Yeah.
My favorite thing in that is his thing about, do you think that's air you're breathing?
Yeah.
And if you look at their fighting, like Morpheus never looks tired, out of breath, because in this PC world, he shouldn't be. He can control himself to be exactly what he wants to be.
Like I don't get tired running while I'm playing Siege.
Yeah, there's no oxygen going to your brain there.
Yeah.
You're fine back on the ship.
Yeah, exactly. The only thing that's different about that is that when he gets hit, his body goes, ugh, you know, in the real world, which is like, oh man, what happened there?
You figured if you get kids from Zion, like that are real young, kind of like the Jedi, you can turn them into super soldiers in the Matrix.
Unfortunately, you can't because they were not made with the plugs.
Oh yeah, shit. Fuck yeah.
Look at that. Just that little hint of agent speed in there. I love it. Another tie into the second movie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, the jump program. No one ever gets it the first time.
Everyone falls the first time. And they loaded clothes too.
The thing about the Matrix that I like is like they could go anywhere. You know, that's the fun thing about it. If you want some kind of like kung fu kind of Chinese set or something like that, you go there, you know? If you want to put him on a roller coaster, you can put him on a roller coaster.
Or like Cypher does, and he designs, the Mouse, right? Mouse designs the Red Woman simulation.
The Red Woman.
Yeah.
You know,
You like it? I can set up a meeting.
Yeah. For me, I'd be like the movie Jumper. I'd be going all over the place,
Yeah.
you know?
But what if he does?
See, they've just listened to Morpheus's shit so much that they're like, there's a secret hope of like,
He's the one. He can do it right off the bat.
Is this one the one? It's just unfortunate that most of them don't live to see it.
I always feel like the prodigy, like is like the guy who turns the bad guy, kind of. You know what I mean? If he made it the first time.
Yeah.
Like
That's so
I
cool.
hate the way he bounces here.
Oh man.
I like that it's like, we'll take a little bit of it first, but you're going to take some damage.
Yeah.
Gone.
You know the idea that your avatar, when you go into the Matrix, is like your self-reflection. That's what you look like. Yeah, that's what you think you look like.
Yeah.
It'd be shit like if you plugged in and you're like, oh damn, I have very low self-esteem. Wear like a wife beater and jean shorts.
Yeah. so and they really can hurt each other, a little bit, right?
The mind makes it.
With
Real.
the mind, yeah.
It's like Freddy Krueger.
I mean, I think the idea is that when he's in there, he's you do that kind of thing. He just like bit his mouth or something.
Yeah.
I don't think like if you snapped your arm would suddenly snap.
Yeah.
Because the mind can't do that. But he can like bite his cheek or his tongue.
Or his tongue, or yeah.
A creeper.
And you gotta think too, like with Cypher, like not only does he have that idea that, the fake world was way better than this, but he could also have been a fake one, where they did all this for him, and then turned out, oh yeah, you're not the one. We're gonna move on to somebody
might
else.
have lost some faith.
Yeah, and now he's just like, now I'm just fucking here for nothing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just jealous.
And it's probably been a while if they brought him out when he was a child.
Yeah.
Or maybe did they think,
I love this.
or were they all over the age limit? I wonder. And he freed them all because he thought he can make an exception.
Yeah.
You know what would be cool to see is the origin stories for all how they got free.
Yeah. You notice too, this right here isn't,
It's not the
it's not the
Matrix.
Matrix. We don't know that yet, but there's even a slight change in the color grading
Yeah.
from when we actually see the real Matrix.
Holy shit.
Such a dirty trick.
Oh my god!
So cool.
Love the doves in the background.
Yep.
So John Woo.
With motion blur.
Yeah.
Ugh. That's just one of the scariest things, like being chased by them. If
Yeah.
anybody sees you, it's them.
Yeah.
You know?
Kind of surprised, like so far, like most of the like effects and stuff they do seem to stand up pretty well even today.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Even considering this is
That's
back
like-
in like '99.
It's like back then I feel like they tried harder. Like episode 1, it all looks good. This all looks good. Just now they I think they just understand that people don't care as much, so they just
I mean, the thing with movies like this, episode 1 maybe less so, is like movies like this, they know their limitations and they're working around them.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever something's bad, you don't focus on it too much. You don't always see it and you don't care because everything else was great, you know?
yeah.
So like that cityscape shot earlier, like it didn't look great.
I didn't even notice
But
it.
then you move on and then now you're like, oh, this looks great. And look at his reflections. How they do that?
Yeah.
Where's the camera?
The ship is so
The Nebuchadnezzar.
Yeah. The
I don't know.
hovercraft.
it's a very interesting design.
Yeah.
Why Nebuchadnezzar?
The Nebuchadnezzar is
Babylonian.
Oh yeah, Babylonian King, but like
I mean, lots of
Some
ships are
core
named
of
after
that.
things like that. Why did they choose Nebuchadnezzar though?
I mean, he's supposed to be like one of the wisest.
yeah.
I don't know.
What's a Nebuchadnezzar?
invasion. Oh, sorry.
I was thinking it too.
I love the scanning and lightning effects on this ship. So cool looking.
Yeah, like the gravity repeller things. I love how they leave like energy trails behind too. Like it ionizes the air and stuff. It's
And
really cool.
And it looks great, but some people give the second and third movie shit, but the effects of the ship in those movies is amazing. It's flawless.
Yeah, it is.
As far as Nebuchadnezzar, the neat thing I see about it is longest reigning most powerful monarch of the Neo-Babylonian Empire. I think it's fun, but maybe just because it's longest running.
Fucking Babylons, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm
the official
That's cool.
Is the Nebuchadnezzar like the longest running ship? Like, is it one of the first ships they've had out there? Maybe.
I don't know.
I think when
We
we
only
panned
know-
across the nameplate of the ship, it said it was built in like the year 2000 something.
It
So
came
it
out-
may be one of the first ones.
Don't say anything.
Man, those things are frightening.
They're like squids, but they also kind of remind me like Medusa.
Yeah.
Like that head there and everything's
Like
flying
a
around,
Mass Effect.
floating around it and stuff.
It's funny here because Neo has no idea that he shouldn't be doing this, but he's setting up his meeting with Smith at this point.
Yeah.
He's got lucky. No one else woke up in the middle of the night. I like that. We saw an image of them fighting, Morpheus and Neo fighting earlier. They were watching a screen of them actually fighting. But there's too much information in the Matrix. They can't do that. I like that idea.
Yeah. How this little sandbox program they can decode.
Yeah.
What was on the other screens before you turned them off? I didn't see. Like, were they more?
It was just more coding, but it looked like it was slightly different colors.
It looked like they were
Green.
blue, and that's
Yeah.
all I saw. But
But yeah, I think it's some kind of encryption program so that he can contact the agents somehow. You know.
You figured the Zion, like they have brought down like those Sentinels before, right?
Mm-hmm.
If they can bring them down and get the technology and to improve their lives, you know what I mean?
What do you
And then,
mean?
Like,
If Zion could capture Sentinels?
well, I mean, because the ship at the end, there's the EMP thing, right?
Yeah.
And it kills them, right?
Mm.
Okay, as I'm sure that's happened before.
Yeah.
Like the technology, we have technology to bring those things down.
Yeah.
If we can get one of those things after they're taken down and use the technology for our advantage.
Yeah, they. Well, I mean, it kills all electronics, but they do. When spoilers. We go to Zion in
Yeah.
the second and third movies, and you see the technology they have.
Yeah, I can't remember. Like I haven't seen.
Yeah,
them
I
since
mean, they
came
have
out.
like
I've seen the third one
they-
a bunch of times, but not the
you
second
know,
one.
like the mech suits and the
Yeah.
electricity guns and
It
stuff.
didn't seem as
they're
good.
They're
Like,
very technological. It's just that
Yeah.
they're living in the
it looks like
middle of the earth.
dirty Star Warsy kind of like.
Yeah, well, I mean,
secondhand
no
stuff.
sun, a whole lot of. You can't spare water. You know,
Yeah.
just gonna be dirty.
Yeah. You figured they'd eventually find a way to jack people in who were born in Zion. I feel like.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just something that they just have that hole in their head, and you can't replicate that unless you were born with it.
well, I
Yeah,
mean,
maybe.
Yeah.
what reason do you need to go to the Matrix?
Well, what he's saying is like you could
Like-
have people that
like-
were super, super young, knowing
Like Jedi, like you create this little super, like all these little super soldiers. You take them from birth, and they don't have, like the things that Morpheus was talking about, like this preconceived,
idea of the rules.
Yeah, neural pathways are
Okay.
formed.
I see.
Like an actor.
So that's all you need now, baby.
He still calls him by his Matrix name.
Yeah.
He's having every single sensory thing he can. He's smoking a fat cigar.
Eating a
He
juicy
has a
steak.
drink. He's eating steak. He's
Someone's giving him a blowjob under the table.
exactly one of those bugs.
One of those bugs.
Those little silver bug things.
There's the goo.
Yep.
Everything the body needs.
Breakfast of champions.
Looks like grits.
I love grits.
Ugh.
Sporks of the future.
Mm-hmm. I love the little mental exercise Mouse has here.
Mm-hmm.
Synthetic.
Yeah.
So do you guys know his other famous role? This actor that plays Mouse.
I recognize him, but I can't place him.
I'm going to give you one line. Want to buy some death sticks?
Oh shit! Really?
From episode 2.
He filled out.
Did you know that, Shane? This actor playing Mouse is the want to buy some death sticks guy from episode 2.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Damn, man. He became a smart computer programmer. That worked. He rethought his life.
I didn't know that apparently Leonardo DiCaprio was up for being as Neo as well.
Huh. Well, he got his kind of Matrix moment with Inception, right?
Yeah. I mean, he would have been. I mean, he's just coming off Titanic. I think he'd been pretty young.
I just don't see Will Smith and Leo DiCaprio being able to pull off the fights like
No.
Keanu can. I don't know.
Yeah. He was already a black belt at the time, too.
Well,
No.
Will Smith claimed that he wasn't a mature enough actor.
Yeah.
That he doesn't know. He would have tried to do the best he
Being
could.
humble, yeah.
But he said that Keanu Reeves was great as Neo.
yeah. I'm
So-
sure he also immensely regretted it.
Well, I'm sure from a money standpoint, he'd be like, "Damn, I wish I'd have been in that." You know,
he probably
but-
thought it would suck. And he's like, nope. Made Wild West.
Which Wild West isn't. You know, it's not like this.
It's not a classic.
Like this movie
Yeah.
is like it's like a smart. You know.
Yeah.
Like I think that's one of the things Lawrence Fishburne had said was that he read the script. He said he was worried it was too smart of a movie. And like Will Smith, he did Men in Black. He did Wild Wild West, and they weren't like they were smart movies. They were fun kind of action comedy movies. You know.
So this
That's a
is
good shot.
Neo's first time back in the Matrix since he's left.
That's what I'm saying. It feels like such a fake world now. I love the idea in the new ones, it being like maybe someone doesn't know if they're real or not real.
It's like the ramen place.
Right.
Yeah, it's good noodles. That's what I would do. If I could go in the Matrix, go back to that LA.
Yeah, do you think they
ramen
ever
place.
like come here and
He was
just?
talking.
Well, I was thinking off what you're saying, like Calvin's saying. Do you think like you just go in the Matrix and go to like live it up a little bit, even though you know it's fake?
Maybe. I don't know.
And that's what what's his name is wanting to do, just permanently.
Yeah.
He likes it
Cypher.
so much. Yeah, Cypher. I can remember his screen name. It's different, isn't it?
Cypher is his.
That's his name, yeah.
His real name. They called him something. I can't remember what
Sure,
they
it's
called
an
him.
R.
Mr. something. Rutherford.
Richards or Rutherford. So I was saying, Calvin, like
I
it
love,
would still taste like noodles, like
I
chicken
love
noodles.
this
right?
moment here. This blind guy gives him a little nod.
Yeah.
I mean, it would taste like chicken noodles to the point where the machines figured it tasted like chicken noodles. Like the conversation that Mouse just had is like maybe they don't know what chicken noodles taste like. So what you think of chicken noodles isn't what chicken noodles actually taste
Yeah,
like.
that's why everything tastes like chicken. But
Yeah.
like when you're uploaded into Matrix, you'll still experience all these senses. That's what I'm saying. Like, do they ever indulge, or do they just say "fuck it"?
I don't know.
It's fake. You know?
Maybe somebody like Cypher would, someone like Morpheus couldn't get out of his head that this isn't real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, it sounded like Mouse uses the porn program with like
Yeah.
the Lady in Red or whatever. So like they might not go in the Matrix, but they might have their own entertainment programs.
Yeah. The little sandboxes.
But like, if I'm playing Breath of the Wild and I'm making a meal for Link, if I could actually taste what Link was
Eating.
it'd be more likely that I wouldn't make dubious food.
Yeah.
You know? Or I might be like, yeah, I can get plus 20 hearts, but it's sour. You know?
Yeah.
Poor Link.
I'm not gonna get that.
Just like apples and stuff.
Now, don't the agents like know who Morpheus looks like? Or no, they don't. They don't know what he looks like yet, right? That's what they're trying to.
I think
I'm
they
not
do
sure.
because there's been pictures of him that Neo was searching through online.
Yeah.
I guess just the way
He-
technology has kind of evolved. Like you figured, like once anyone saw him, these little alarms would go off.
Yeah, they probably know what he looks like, but they might have some kind of scrambling thing. Look at them,
The giant bunnies.
giant bunnies on
Yeah.
the TV.
Of course, she has a spoon collection.
Yep.
There is no spoon.
See that she's looking for the
Mob.
one as well.
Mob Psycho.
So these are kids that haven't been woken up,
Yeah, they're still in the Matrix.
but they still know everything's fake.
yeah,
But they haven't been freed.
there's a certain percentage of people that will
Yeah.
just not accept the program.
Yeah.
You know.
And the Oracle finds him.
Yeah, and probably protects them too. So
Yeah, what's the
that-
point? Yeah.
They're all looking for the one.
Okay.
So, one of my favorite cheat codes in any game was Jedi Outcasts, where you could put it to command prompt, and the cheat was "there is no spoon." And whenever you let's say I assigned it to the letter T. Anytime I hit T, everything would freeze and it'd go around you slowly. So
Yeah.
I cut someone's head off and then hit T, and then it would go in. You see the head flying and stuff.
Nice.
That's
It was
cool.
so cool.
Man, that little kid needs to teach Neo.
The Oracle is a program too, right? That's why
Yes.
the Sentinels haven't found this place.
Yeah.
Because
So, on the subject before about the Nebuchadnezzar, he built the Babylon Gardens and stuff, but he was also known. There was
Hanging
a
Garden.
quote of where he has a dream he can't remember, but keeps searching for an answer.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that fits really well then with Morpheus about,
Yeah.
that's pretty fucking good.
Trying to find the one.
yeah, like he has this thing he's trying to find, but he keeps trying.
I was just watching a documentary on the Hanging Gardens in Babylon. Pretty fucking cool
Yeah,
stuff.
he built those for his wife.
Yeah. Well, they used to think they didn't exist because they're in the Bible and we didn't discover them yet. And then,
Yeah.
of course, we found them.
But from the biblical book of Daniel is where that quote's from about the dream thing.
Yeah.
So I think that's where it comes from. A lot of why they use that.
I always love that line. It's really gonna bake your noodle.
Feeling like two women on that ship.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
And I wouldn't say it's the short-haired blonde girl.
No.
Just short hair, dark hair girl.
Should probably make that up. Just have something different every time it comes
Right? It says dinner time.
Home sweet home.
Yeah.
That's what I need. I need something like in another language that no one would read,
in. Yeah.
and then be like, you know what that means? And then whatever I'm talking about, I just keep telling different stories for it.
I think that's true. I think people can tell you if you're in love.
Yeah. Pupils dilated, stuff like that.
But you could fake it and make people believe that you are and you really aren't. But only
Yeah.
you know if it's real or not,
Just like a regular medical examination to determine if he is.
And it's all fake too. Like at this point, I think she does know that it's him.
Yeah.
But she knows that if she tells him that, it won't help, So she's doing this kind of like, no, it's not you,
It's doing like this basic fortune telling
Yeah.
routine.
So she always just tells you what you need to hear, and it's not always the truth, right?
Yeah.
I haven't seen this forever, so I can't even remember
Mm-hmm.
I just know she says that
mean,
he isn't.
yeah.
But I wasn't sure. So she's not wrong. She just is telling him what he needs to hear.
I mean, we hear in this movie that she tells Morpheus that I will find the one, or he will find the one, and she tells
Trinity.
Trinity that I will fall in love with a dead man, and he will be the one, or something like that, right? What did she say exactly?
I know it resolves. The main thing was that she'll fall in love with the one.
Yeah,
I don't remember the dead man part.
Yeah.
I don't remember the dead man part.
But
either.
I'm not saying it's not in there. But I know
Yeah.
that the overall thing is that she'll have feelings for the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think the phrase is like, the Oracle told me that I wasn't the one, but I would fall in love with a man and that man would be the one, or something like that.
she says it later. We'll find out.
Yeah.
This is going to sound terrible, but like if this movie came out today, you know how many articles there would be about people being upset that, the supporting characters of a black man and a woman telling this white man how amazing he is, and he won't believe it until he proves it that he is. It'd be going crazy.
Oh, it'd be stupid. It'd be stupid. Yeah. Like, I love Legend of Bagger Vance.
Like honestly, like this kind of movie, I think only gets made in the time period it was made in. It wouldn't be. I don't think it would be as good in our world. Because I love this like idea of like these landlines and the what the internet like inspired these filmmakers to do at that time is not the same they would be inspired today.
Well, think about when the internet was coming out, we all thought like, Jesus, like
Yeah.
the world is changing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, it was.
Yeah.
It was insane.
It's like she buys into the Matrix. She's wearing green. She has green countertops.
Well, she had
green
to blend in.
wallpaper.
Yeah. And then I don't know. I don't know if we'll ever have the idea of like Rick reacting to the other two because I could say a lot of things about the Oracle.
I want to go through them.
Yeah.
For me, if we did it, I'd react because I literally haven't seen
Sure.
him so long. I can't remember him.
I played Devil May Cry 2, and I heard mixed things about that, and I heard mixed things about The Matrix 2 and 3.
Yeah.
So I never watched them.
The thing is that I think 2 and 3 are good. They're not as good as the first one because you lose the mystery, but they're also very heady. You have to they're hard to understand the way they're meant to be understood. I think, which is also fun because people understand it in different ways.
Yeah.
But what it does do is make for great conversations.
Yeah. It's funny he designed this woman.
Well, yeah, he probably designed her and then took a picture of her
Yeah.
and then printed it out and then brings it with him on his avatar.
Yeah.
It is a fairly tasteful image, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Compared to what he could do.
I like the white suit thing that the other
Yeah.
person was wearing. There's like everyone wears black, but then there's the one wearing the white.
What's her name?
The one in white?
Yeah. I can't remember.
Look at that
There's
fucking
Ajax.
smile, dude.
Yeah. Like
See-
he wants to know, are you the one? See how annoyed he is. What's her name? I know it. If you ask me any other day, ever.
Switch?
Switch.
I was trying to find her like a real name. I knew, yeah, it was Switch, but I thought about the actor's name.
No.
No.
I'm like, man, I've never seen her in anything else in my life.
Well. I don't know about you guys, but when I find deja vu, it's not something and then something again.
For me, it's a feeling.
Yeah, for me, it's a feeling like, oh, I remember this.
Like
Yeah.
I remember. Well, for me, it's like
for-
I remember feeling this way.
Or I remember dreaming this. For me.
Yeah. I haven't experienced it in a long time.
I might maybe like once every 2 years or so.
I feel like it used to happen a lot to me. You figure they would have given him a little,
He was too busy
a
learning
little,
kung fu.
a little 101 course. Yeah, why isn't it uploaded in there?
Why is what?
Why you figure that shit would have been uploaded in there? Like,
He skipped those programs.
well, you didn't do it later.
No, mouse.
God.
Damn.
Look at those bullets.
They had a Nerf gun like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was amazing.
Damn.
Oh, it's hard to watch.
Yeah.
Poor mouse, man. He was the youngest one, wasn't he?
Yeah.
that sucks, dude.
What was he doing? Why was he there?
He was just protecting their exit.
The landline?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they cut it so it doesn't.
They waited until they were all back in the building, then they sealed the building off.
He sounds a lot like Bill Burr.
Did you
A little
notice
bit,
right
doesn't he?
there? He asked for the Cypher's phone. Cypher acts like he doesn't know where it is, and then she gives him. But because they're so busy, he doesn't really notice that. Why
Yeah.
wouldn't you not have your phone? Such a cool thing. So, that
So why does Smith get that? But then he has to tell the other guys.
Well,
Like, why
I
don't
think
they
they're
all
both
get it?
listening, but Smith is like he's
In
just
charge.
better than them.
He's just voicing it.
Yeah.
She didn't.
Yeah, at least Neo's smart not to be like, yeah, it was all for nothing.
Now's not the time for that.
I love that green tie.
Yeah, me too, dude.
We should have our one green today.
We should have.
Yeah.
I can tint the.
We could at least wear suits.
Color
Like,
correction.
At least we could all wear suits like agents.
I did wear green. I always wear green. That's my secret. Dude, I forgot about this scene.
Yeah.
This scene's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic.
nerve wracking, man.
This
doing
is an amazing shot.
Anytime like a cinematographer creates a new frame within the standard frame is amazing. You know.
I love it. Like, it pans down. You see all of them like going down.
that's
Like
fucking
how
so
tall is that they're doing that? Or are they all laying on their back? You know.
Yeah. I want to be like fucking vertical video.
Right.
So this is literally an accident. He's not trying to,
Yeah.
Well,
Like a Cypher pretending.
I mean, could be either.
I think it was an
Well,
accident.
he also doesn't want to die here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing that sucks is that this guy is just he thinks he's doing the right thing. You know,
Yeah.
he's a poor man that's in the Matrix.
Oh, here we go. This is the first time we've seen this, right?
On screen, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Oh.
I actually really love this fight. I always love a fight when there's like a clear victor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Shredder versus Ninja Turtles and
Seeing Morpheus actually like
yeah.
he's as is so great. So badass.
Yeah.
Cool, dude.
Because he believes that he is the one, you know. It
Yeah.
does not matter if I live or it only matters if he does.
I usually hate people with conviction, but
Yeah.
I love it here.
I love this, how they're like doing the ladder trick through the walls.
Let's go. See, like Neo's fighting because he doesn't. He's like, I'm not the one. You need him.
I mean, I get stuck.
You would get stuck doing that. You would you have been stuck before?
I don't know. I could probably squeeze, but trying to like fall
So the idea is to kill these people real quick before they're
before they turn into agents.
yeah, because they can't do it once they're dead, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they probably don't. They
need
probably
an
don't wanna,
active program to jump into.
They also don't want to kill people because they know they're in bondage.
Well, Cypher's dead.
They also let him go. Cypher, you know. So cool.
But what I was saying here, Aaron, is like if you had like a super soldier from Zion raised from birth, then maybe the limitations.
I mean, they would be better, but they still couldn't be like
They couldn't be jacked in.
that get up is so good.
Yeah,
They couldn't be jacked in, but also they wouldn't be as free as Neo.
yeah.
Dude, I love that there because like Hugo's character just
Yep.
takes the hits. He's not even blocking there. You know.
Oh god, that was so cool.
Look at the strength.
Yep, it's insane.
Because Agent Smith doesn't have a body.
And he's so good at looking strong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jeez.
Fucking Gus, bro.
I know they talk about Hugo Weaving. He has an extensive background in like stage dancing and ballet. And it just like when he started working with John Woo, it was like a perfect transition. Like, in the choreography, he's just so good at it, you know.
So John Woo did all the action scenes.
No, it's not his name. I keep saying John Woo. John Woo's just a filmmaker.
Yeah.
It was.
It's it's the choreographer though.
So John Woo did choreograph.
No, the guy that did those movies did this.
Okay.
Wu
So
Ping
what the hell
Yoon.
did John Woo do here?
Wu Ping Yoon
Yeah.
initially.
Inspired the fights.
Okay.
He initially refused to work on the film,
Yeah.
even after receiving the script, but
They paid him a lot.
He ended up going for it.
They
yeah.
paid him a lot. Actually, I think what ended up happening is they wanted him.
He said that he had agreed only if they gave him complete control of the fights,
Yeah.
and that he trained the actors for 4 months before the shoot.
And
Yeah.
when he did that, he said he did that because they knew they would never give into that, and they gave into it. He's like, oh, okay,
It's fucking awesome.
I mean,
He gave terms that he thought they would definitely refuse.
having those terms will make the fights good,
Yeah.
but it's also like you have to pay him a lot because
Yeah.
you got to do all that work, you know.
Yeah.
So it's not a cheap.
And you got to
Fix.
pay the actors to do
Yeah.
the training.
For their time and
and he gets out first.
Fucking
Betrayal!
Oh, this
Yep.
lightning weapon.
fucking Benedict Arnold right here.
This little shit. Hurry and answer, just someone. If Trini would have answered.
Palpatine.
Oh, man.
And he gets fucked bad.
Yeah.
Jeez.
God, dude.
Yeah.
Because those are made to fight machines. They're not really made to fight humans, you know?
Yeah.
Man, this is the part I think I hated the most. And it's not even just the betrayal thing. It's that these guys, like, they're getting fucked because it's not that they couldn't fight well. It's
Yeah.
not that they were able to escape. It's just a little fucking
They trusted the wrong man.
snake.
And they can do nothing about it.
Yeah, there's nothing that you can't fight this. This guy's also the
This
captain
fucking creeper.
in Bad Boys.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
You know he never got laid when he was younger. Look at him.
What?
In the Matrix, at least. Oh, God damn it. I actually forgot about this part, what he does.
How?
When he unplugs. Like,
I know,
You mean
but-
the thing I
yeah.
was just talking about?
But it's the
Yeah.
it's the thing we quote with Matrix the most. Not like this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
know?
yeah. I
We do that all the time.
Couldn't have told you what we got it from.
It's
Not
shocking.
like this.
Shocking. Or how many times they're shooting this? They're like, you know.
He never lied to anybody. And he gave you the option too, you know?
But I can see where he's coming from too. Like, if you don't believe that, you know, any of this, the one stuff is true and stuff like that, you could feel like he tricked you by getting you out, you know. And now ignorance is gone, you know.
Yeah.
Did he tell like Neo about the one stuff before taking him out? He didn't, right?
No.
That was all
No.
after. So
He just kept dangling this "what is the Matrix" thing in front of him until he chose to do it.
yeah. I was saying I feel like a lot of it's like kind of giving you like, you know, the real world and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It kind of gives you little bits of it and you have to choose if you want out or not.
Yeah, I mean, he tells you like something is wrong, and you know you can feel something is wrong, and I have the answer, but I can't tell you until you follow.
Yeah.
And now once you figure it out, it's like, yeah, I'm kind of better off not knowing.
Yeah, that's why I was asking before about like, would you rather like
Yeah.
not know and live in this semi decent place or
I don't want to think about the process of the machines putting you back in the
like
pod
this.
at all.
not like this? Jesus, man.
Yeah, really good performance though.
Yeah.
Cocksuckers.
Just the
Don't hit
What?
me, baby.
no, you're killing me.
You didn't have to kill them.
I hate him.
Right now, I'm going to prove it.
Should have tried that first.
Yeah.
If
right.
he's dead,
If he's dead, he's gonna pop.
I'm gonna pop him. Whoa.
oh man,
Some kind of miracle is gonna happen.
I don't believe it.
Just someone answer the damn phone. Don't
Yeah.
just go.
Right?
Don't wait.
one of my saddest things about between this movie and the next movie is I'm pretty sure, like even though he survives in this movie, I'm pretty sure between movies Tank succumbs to his wounds.
It's terrible.
He just lives long enough to see this
Save
through,
them.
you know.
Oh.
I think, unless he's just so injured that
They might just
see
leave him at
again.
like Zion to.
because Link in the next movie is
He's a cousin or something,
he's
right?
yeah. Well, no, he is married to Tank and Dozer's sister.
Okay.
Yeah,
And she said something about like I don't want you to become like my
Yeah.
brothers or something, right?
yeah. Malfa. Malfa.
Norwich.
Mulva?
What's Malfa?
I don't know. I was thinking of vulva.
Yeah. Mulva?
Dolores.
I love the way he talks.
It's a
He's,
great
he's
monologue.
amazing. And even though I like this one the most, yeah, like some of the best dialogue, I feel like is later.
So tight, like he's been trying to pull the whole time.
Yeah.
Now, is there some special type of like handcuff program they've got in there, or like is there a way of him being like, I got to realize the handcuffs aren't real and he can break out, or is it like, you know what
It's
I mean?
just
Like
that
what's going on here?
It's the power of belief. Like Neo, we'll see in later movies, phases
Yeah.
through things. You know,
Well, like the drugging and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. Like in theory, none of that's
It's
really
not being
happening.
done.
Your body is fine.
but they could be doing something to your code.
Yeah, that's
You
right.
know?
Is there like more of
Yeah.
a like these handcuffs are coded to
Yeah.
where you're not going to be able to break them, you know,
Yeah.
or
I mean, I think it's just that Morpheus says like it's important to clear your mind, and now he's just being clouded, you know. But he's still resisting in a way they can't figure out why. It's that power, that belief he has, you know.
I love the bruise on his forehead from headbutting the agent
Yeah.
before.
yeah, you don't usually see a lot of like combat damage from people a lot of times.
No.
You know, a lot of times you have a fight and like people punch each other for like 5 minutes and they're not bloody, they're not bruised,
Yeah.
they're not broken.
No.
Except Rocky, which you haven't seen.
John Wick does a pretty good job.
Yeah,
John
it
Wick
is.
does good, yeah. Oop.
Like every once in a while you get like that little bit of blood out of a mouth or something like that. That's
Yeah.
all you get, you know.
So Zion's mainframe is somehow connected to
That's what
the
I'm-
machines.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zion is at the very bottom of their sewer systems, and they have like a firewall up, pretty much, right? So the machines can't access it. You know, if they could get in there because Zion operates. I mean, it's antithetical to their beliefs here, but Zion, they only survive because of machines that clean their water
Yeah.
and do all these things that they built. You know, and they're all controlled by a central computer. Really cool idea I like from that second movie is the people that run like the gate and the mainframe, they go into a construct like they do on the Nebuchadnezzar here, and they do all their like stuff in there because they don't have room for real computers and everything. I like it.
That's pretty fucking cool. Yeah, I mean, I might have seen the second one twice in theaters and then
Yeah.
not too long after.
I love these moments with Neo, man.
Yeah.
Between his life and your life. I love the like iron pounding
Yeah.
Yeah.
thing in the background.
The pipe.
Yeah.
Because the Oracle told me something different.
Yeah.
Yep.
Loco.
So this is all based on what the Oracle told him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's what he's convinced of. It's what he believes.
can make that jump now.
And the whole movie's about belief to begin with. So
I mean,
Yeah.
you know, the idea that knowledge being a subset of belief, it's like, well, Tank is telling you it can't be done. It is suicide, but filtering it through his belief of like, I have the choice. It can't be a coincidence that
When the
this is
knowledge that he
you
got
know?
from the Oracle.
Exactly. Well, yes, but again, that's just belief there. You know,
Not if he believes that
you
she's
gotta
like
believe
a god,
the Oracle
right?
is telling the truth.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you gotta believe that the Oracle is saying those things and her motivation is true. You know, but
Yeah.
she could be saying those things for ulterior motives.
Yeah.
yeah,
Which we come to find out she is.
Yeah, I can't remember any of that shit. That's why I wasn't sure what her motivation is in this.
This is one of the best villain monologues
Yep.
Yeah.
in any movie.
And just the way it's delivered.
Yep.
It's so good.
And the intensity that comes with it. Right now, he's like laid back and, yeah.
I wonder how many. Are there any mammals left?
No, there's nothing left.
Yeah.
not on the real planet.
Yeah, because there's no plants, there's no animals. It's just humans now.
I mean, we saw a cat.
In the Matrix. I mean, there's probably like bacteria and what are those things that can survive in a vacuum of space? There's like little like mole things.
Oh yeah.
They're like microscopic, but they look like a pink mole.
They live in the sea, right?
Yeah, I can't remember what they're called, but they can survive in the vacuum.
Amoebas?
No,
What?
Anemones.
No.
might something might
Cockroaches survived, probably.
maybe,
They survive everything.
but they still have to have a source of energy. Like without the sun, you don't have anything. So it's probably like things that like survive under like volcanic rock or something. You know.
'Cause there's still
Guns.
thermal energy.
Lots of guns.
Yeah.
I feel like the machines would create some kind of technology to like filter all the shit out of the atmosphere to get sunlight, you know?
It's just whatever the humans did it made it impossible to change.
Yeah.
You know, you figure they just build some fucking towers.
Yeah. That's probably
to
why
the
they haven't
moon.
discovered space flight yet either,
Yeah.
actually.
I like that.
Now.
See, it's weird the program aspect, but then he has kind of his own almost free will within it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He is a sentient program, so he has to have his own like.
Like even him saying that, the other two kind of seem like, what?
Yeah.
That's not what we're programmed to do.
Well,
you know?
it's because they are based in rules, and just like you know the humans, the machines, like maybe I don't have to follow these rules. You know. If there is such a thing. Something special about the way he takes the sweat off Morpheus's bald head. It's just like, ugh.
His face. Ugh.
He's just a
His
germaphobe.
eyes.
Dude, both their faces. I hate his like eyes like rolled back and stuff.
So at this point in the movie, I'm like, where does he want to go? There's the real world, and then there's this world, right?
So what does he get to be if he gets into Zion? Because the idea is like, I no longer have to be in the Matrix
Yeah.
because
Oh,
the problem would be solved, and I don't need to be here. But
He
then,
would just be a program that inhabited something in the real world.
Yeah.
like you be able to control
Rather,
like
rather than this being a piece of software, he could become a piece of hardware. Maybe, you know?
this is insane. This whole part
It's
right
the
here.
best. Yeah, it's amazing.
It's one of the best action scenes.
guns.
Holy shit!
It's a great scene. It's got great music,
Yep.
sound design.
Start shooting all these people.
All these people that could be agents.
He's got backup.
These pillars, like this room is great.
Yeah.
I love the design of it. I love like the semi-reflective surfaces.
And a lot of these things, they had like, all right, you got to do this in 2 or 3 takes because we have to put these walls back up in these
And
shots.
clean it up.
And we only have 2 walls. So this was always the song that was used in a parody.
Yeah.
But they always parodied the jump kick from Trinity. And then sometimes they would do the bullet time later.
They can afford to parody this.
Yeah. Look at that. Look how it's so good. The squibs,
Yeah.
that's
Just
all being shot
blowing the
high
chunks out.
speed,
Yep.
real. The only thing they're doing is they're taking out wires.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Even the muzzle flashes are real.
I love just the shower of concrete when they're shooting and stuff.
Yeah.
And the sound, not the music, but the sound effect of ka-ching, 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 ka-ching. This kick gets the shotgun in the back. She did that.
Yeah.
She really did that in one shot. They cut it. They cut between the shot, but she really pulled it off, you know?
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's a great move.
This
yeah,
is
that'd be so
great
hard to
right
do.
here. Just all this shit flying all the place.
I love this cartwheel to pick up a gun.
I started doing this shit when we would stick fight. I would fucking cartwheel to pick up a stick.
I wonder who did that. Like what stuntman
That
did
right
that?
there is Keanu Reeves. He's on a wire, but he does the one-handed cartwheel while shooting a blanks. It had to have been so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Imagine that move too, like from like just a reality perspective. He did a cartwheel, grabbed a gun, then did another cartwheel in one hand and
people.
shot.
As they were aiming for his head, which was on the floor where his feet should be. Kick, kick, kick.
Enziguri.
So apparently there's a pillar here that was not planned to do anything, but when they,
It's
Yeah.
yeah,
it
it's
fell by accident and they left it because they thought it was great.
it's right after the big explosion, and then they're like, oh no, it's right before the big explosion. I'm sorry, it's right here.
Yeah. It's right
You're
here.
right, Aaron. I'm sorry. That right there.
Yeah, that just coincidentally happened, and they were like, "That's perfect,
That's
leave
funny.
it."
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Nothing. Zip.
What does that mean? What?
Doesn't know.
He wasn't.
what?
He wasn't. He wasn't.
Yeah, he wasn't
paying attention.
listening.
He has no idea there's an attack going on right
Yeah,
now.
and they're confused why he had his earpiece out, and not paying attention to the data,
Not
the information.
following the rules.
Lightsaber. Nah, it's not. Almost, though.
Have a nice day.
Mercury trigger.
See you tomorrow. I love the trench coat, like
Yeah, Morpheus is like, what?
God damn it!
That's not a very tactical embrace, but it is sexy.
Yep.
Every time I think of this shit, I think of Mission Impossible. Getting crushed.
I love seeing that counterweight fly past them.
Yeah.
So cool.
I believe the door is CG.
Yeah.
Nah, that's definitely real. Look at it.
Well, I was trying to think like,
And the
'cause I knew they
fire.
really blew this up, but I think the fire is CG in this shot. I'm not sure.
I think
So
the
the-
pillars are CG.
The fire looks fake, and the door looks fake. The pillars could be real.
So fun.
Guy always look like he's sick.
Now, how'd they get here?
They-
we cut from them going up the elevator,
Yeah.
of course, but I mean, it's just like, wait, what?
So has no one ever killed an agent in history up to this point?
Never.
No,
Okay.
agents are like, oh my god, no, you can't. do
And
that.
you
Trinity does.
One, I mean, that's not killing them, you know?
Oh,
like,
yeah. I forgot, yeah.
I mean, they could have been squashed or destroyed, but
Ah.
they're still there. Agent Brown will still exist, you know? All right, so here comes our shot.
He's like, oh man, Trinity.
So the best thing about this shot, I mean, obviously it's amazing, but the background is fully CG and it looks amazing.
It does look
Yeah.
really good.
Oh,
Yeah.
I couldn't even tell.
The
Yeah.
back, because he's just on a green screen and there's 30 some cameras all around him, but that was a fully CG environment.
But it looks really good, even
amazing.
today. Like,
Yeah, and they're comparing it to the real environment that they're shooting.
Yeah,
in,
lots
you
of
know?
times the CG versions of a set does not look the same at all.
I love the red mist.
Yeah, me too.
It'd
Look
be,
at that stance.
it'd be so exciting to have that. Oh man, I killed one, but then he just turns to that like, well, damn it.
They've never been beaten in a fight.
Yeah.
They've probably been killed, but you're just killing another human.
Yeah.
Ah, that's so handy.
Tank.
UH-1H.
He's getting up the YouTube tutorial.
So when
Yeah.
they wake up, though, do they remember any of this?
I think so. It's uploading it to their brain.
Let's do it.
Should have just uploaded it to both of them.
Yeah. This is insane. Look at that gun.
What up?
No. Man, you got to be accurate. Look at that. He's like,
just
don't
like-
hit Morpheus.
Yep. He's doing like a archway.
Yeah.
He believes Eric.
He does.
Dude, this is great. And
The water, dude.
it's
God.
great having the water thing occur.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that I'm not sure about. So how'd they get to the other building on the roof? The elevator, right?
Yeah.
And they blew up the floor. Well, why did this is another building.
No, this is the same.
No, this
right?
is the same
Same
building.
Oh, it's the
Yeah.
same building?
They were just higher up.
Yeah.
They blew up that level with that bomb.
Which was the ground floor.
Yeah, which
So they
like,
used a helicopter on the same roof, and now
Yeah.
they've just flown and kind of.
Yeah.
Okay.
they said it's a military building that they're trying to get into.
Why'd they skip this floor and just.
They went straight to the roof to get the helicopter to get him out.
How'd they know it was going to be there?
Oh, this is so amazing.
The code.
The scream.
The code would
man.
have told them.
Oh, yeah.
Aaron, here's your code that he breaks. Believe.
I love the eyes like coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love the scream starts before you can hear it, and
the
it just comes in the
orchestra.
middle. Yeah.
The orchestra, this is great. In a movie that's dominated by techno music.
But I just love the water.
Yep.
I love this. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's already strapped in.
Yep.
Yep.
Go.
Even Morpheus is like, holy shit.
It'd be hard to hold someone falling like
because-
15 feet.
Wet.
It's because Neo believes he could save him. You know?
Yep.
So he's doing all these things knowing that they have to work.
Hydro fuel or fluid.
At
Rather.
least it didn't blow up like in some movies.
Yeah. Look at that.
Yep, that's the two guys just
That's
swinging in a
a
city.
real stunt.
I think it's one. In a couple of the shots, it's one guy holding a mannequin.
Right.
You gotta be careful where you drop this, man. But no, that's real. There, that's great.
That guy's moving around, you know?
Yeah.
I think the first one might have been a mannequin.
Yeah. Dude, the difference between that
just
level and
drops
that
him.
level is death. You know.
Yeah. I love this.
I know this shot when it's going down right here.
He just thinks
That one.
I
he's
need to
like,
save her.
do it.
I love how he wraps it around his arm and grabs it.
And Morpheus looking at him. You know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she just knows, or hopes at least.
But Neo didn't know that. He was going to catch
He
that
was going to
helicopter.
catch the helicopter. Yeah.
Well, I thought maybe he assumed she might have been smart enough to do that. God, this is so cool.
This is a shot I was thinking of.
Yeah.
God.
So good. And then bang. And then she like has a little tiny hit like
She actually hits that glass, too.
yeah, she does. Bang.
Tink.
Imagine watching that.
I mean, what'd he do? If he'd have caught the helicopter, he's the one.
Well, I think
He dodged
the absolute
bullets.
faith he had in himself, too. How can you not love a man when he does that, though? You know?
I can't.
Man, subway stations.
Yeah.
I love that because like exit signs typically are red, you know, but they're green.
But this is
here.
green. Yeah.
I love that
He grabs it and he wrings it in his hands.
Yeah.
he's getting pissed. The others don't get pissed.
Well, he's been in this so long. Too long.
So they can trace them how?
They had some kind of trace, I think, with Morpheus. They were doing stuff to him, trying to find where his body was.
Okay.
Just like they did with Neo, trying to find his body in the. Yeah.
That bum wasn't there.
If he didn't look and recognize them, they wouldn't have gotten the information that goes into Smith's ear.
Well, it's the fact that happens, right? Isn't that? Don't they show him here in a
It's
second?
something like that, yeah.
And he's like, what the hell's going on? That guy looks like. Hang on, is that?
Can't stand ya. It's not him. It's not him. Have this conversation later.
Right. Yeah, I thought it was that the one would be a dead man, and that's what she's afraid of right there. But maybe I don't know. I don't think I've ever watched this movie with subtitles, so I'll find out later.
Yeah.
Really?
It's whenever she's whispering to him.
When she gets out and he's in the chair.
When he kills Cypher, I didn't know he said you're still going to burn.
Yeah.
I thought he said something else.
Ah, it sucks.
Dude, they love that shot, don't they? That's the second time they've had Trinity do that same shot.
Yeah.
Dude, this is so good. Mr. Anderson.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm hormonal today or something, but this makes me so emotional.
Yeah.
I haven't worked out. I haven't taken my shit. My testosterone's probably lower. I'm feeling empathy.
I love that line.
Hands down, one of the best fights in cinema history right here.
Yeah.
Shot like a Western. They even have the
Like a
the Western
tumbleweed, you know?
tumbleweed.
Yeah.
So Hugo injured his leg.
Yep.
I guess in the beginning of the movie shooting. So they saved all of his stunts for later while he let it heal because they were afraid of recasting him. But they said he did such a good job otherwise.
Yeah. You're empty. So are you.
What the-
Can't they just believe they have more bullets?
Yeah. Is that a thing?
That's rules.
Huh. Not for Neo. I love how he just looks and tosses it down.
So good. The way he puffs out his chest and walks forward is so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is so good.
I love it. Half the time he just takes hits. He
Yep.
doesn't care
Yeah.
about blocking. He's just trying to do damage. Oh no.
It's like Rick.
That's his machine mask. Dude, the one of the smart things they do is they put a little bit of dust and rubble on them, so when they hit, they had that kind of like cloud come
A
off.
little bit of baby
Yeah.
powder just makes it look all that much more
Yep.
impactful.
Yeah.
This set of moves, man. Bam, bam. He stops the headbutt with his knee.
Yeah. One of my.
Watch. I mean, the camera is going perfect.
It's so good. Like the
It's
hits
selling
are.
every hit.
And the great thing too is like they at least stay for
A long time.
6 moves at least. You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
they don't cut between like kick, 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 punch, punch, punch.
And I love how like the camera will be like almost on one actor and then both actors will step into the frame and then do more moves.
This is the most epic baby powder get off me I've ever seen.
All the
Yeah.
Ah, so cool, man. The look on Agent Smith's face right here.
That's a Morpheus move. The moves flow so well together.
And then you see like the
kick.
slight shift. Like in. Oh! Love that shit, man.
Pick up and throw. Seamless with the wire work.
It's crazy like Neo's like, oh man, he's doing so well, then all of a sudden just boom, he's not.
Yep.
That right there, that's the John Wick director. 'Cause he talks about how he slams his head in the back of something that he shouldn't have, and he really hurt himself.
Oh.
That frame.
The whole thing's a great fight. It's a great set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the way they utilize all of it too.
I feel like you'd want to like choke him to death or something.
Well, the way he's going to kill him is great because he
That's
doesn't
true.
care if this body dies, you know?
That's the sound of inevitability.
I think like Tank's watching, they're like, oh shit!
Jump so high! This is the shit the one thinks of, you know? I'm just gonna hit him with the ceiling.
Who would win, him or the one that's Jet Li?
Him.
Which one? That's a death battle right there. One
him-
versus one versus the one.
Yeah.
Movie 2 him. Maybe Jet Li versus this one.
Yeah.
Like, damn it! If there wasn't more people on this train,
And now he has his glasses back. Oh, that
Gotta
sucks.
go. I can't just watch the show.
Yeah.
yeah, right. You can't just watch Neo.
What the shit?
I love this shot. Watch this. So the guy's doing this in the next shot, but that's already the agent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's already the green suit while he's still doing this. Such a smart way to do it. So many people. You know, the one I feel really bad for is this like little kid who's holding its mom's hand, or is it dad or mom? I don't know. Right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
What
that
the-
sucks.
Where's mom?
That woman.
Like, how do they Men in Black this? Like, zap their memories?
They can change things that they want. It just causes that deja vu effect sometimes.
Yeah. If they're trying to be sneaky, they won't. But
See, they could have made Cypher into this famous actor everybody knows, but they'd have to change that. You know, people to do that.
And then cats are running around multiple times.
Yeah.
mass hysteria.
Oh, the chaotic camera in this is great.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah, like it's literally like Keanu try to outrun the camera.
yeah.
This in the beginning of Casino Royale, like I love the running scene.
Like how do you fight that when
It's
like
such a-
anything that sees you can turn into that?
It really reminds me of a chase from the movie called Fallen with Denzel Washington, where this guy that can possess people and he's like chasing him,
John
like, touching
Goodman?
people. Yeah.
Yeah.
There.
Dude, these things, they like blink too, don't they? Like look like the lights would like.
And then they do this like S-foil and attack position thing.
Yeah, where they bring the tentacles up.
They just fall. Ugh.
Yeah, the blinking makes them almost like more lifelike,
Yeah,
like
it does.
bugs, you know?
Yeah. Those little belly, like fork things.
Little
that,
fingers, things.
Yeah. They're creepy.
But yeah, this is the same hotel.
There's no other fucking payphone anywhere.
Well, it has to be a certain line.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
they program these
Yeah.
exits in.
Tom Cruise
So-
would have been there 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, he
Oh
would.
yeah. Hell yeah.
He is the one. But Smith,
Jeez.
and, you know, the agents have already been here already. You know, they know what this one is.
The hall breach.
Man, that's scary. That was a great cut across from the muzzle flare in his
Like in the
his
glasses?
to
Yeah.
it being one frame of muzzle flare on Neo.
Oh man.
Because
Love how
they
you can-
usually last about like 2 frames.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Ugh.
Man, you really feel for Morpheus though. You feel for all of them,
yeah.
but like
Yeah.
he's like, this can't happen.
Well,
you know?
because the prophecy is that it's impossible for the one to die, right?
Yeah.
He's like, check him just to make sure.
I can't check him.
Someone answer that phone.
I like how there's like, he says goodbye.
It's almost like Smith is almost disappointed.
It's like a
Yeah.
sentiment out. This
Like
he's
you-
got a little bit of sentiment.
Like, I really thought you were the one
Yeah.
that could have beaten me.
I love the expression of the sparks and the lasers raining down behind Morpheus, and he's just defeated.
With that man. So I think whenever I would listen to it before, she says, the Oracle told me I would fall in love with, and when she says that man, I thought she said dead man.
Oh.
So I think that's what it is, because she's kind of whispering and it's hard to hear.
Gotcha. Yeah, whenever you said dead man, I'm like, I don't remember a dead man thing,
Yeah.
but I remember like falling
he
in love
dies.
with the one. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess.
He's dead.
He's medically dead. Sparks fly.
Power of love.
Bow, bow, bow. Don't need money.
What?
Wait, what?
I love this.
And then he gets up. It's like Trinity's the one.
This is so fucking great.
No. Didn't he say that the same thing earlier? What was going on there? He went no.
Agent Smith said it.
Well, it was right before he went in to get Morpheus back.
The synchronized. They're like, what the fuck? The music is so great.
Oh,
he sees it all
sees
in
the
code.
code.
That's such a cool shot.
He sees
Like I like that.
everything.
I always wondered.
Like
If
it's still the hallway and everything, but the code is there now.
this is so great.
And then the expression on his face is like, holy shit, this is this is really easy. He gets so far back.
What the fuck?
And then his glasses are off too.
Oh, he just flexing. Literally.
Yeah. That stride. It's so good.
I'm gonna go inside you now. What the fuck is happening to me?
That guy always has a disgusted look on his face on the right.
Oh man, when these bubbles are or whatever, the
Scarabs.
scarabs
Yeah.
are going
Yeah.
through, the way
Yeah.
his eye shakes right here. So good. Look at the bag there.
I love like that part of his face that flies by the camera there.
Yeah.
And then
he flexes and he
Flexes reality.
Yeah, I love that.
it's like All Might.
It's like he ate him and he's like digesting him for a second.
I love that almost a Windows startup sound.
Hey, run.
Ew.
I remember thinking these things were much bigger until we see them here.
Yeah.
They're big enough. You'd think they'd have EMP resistant coating by now.
I don't know.
Maybe. Nope. They can't build towers tall enough to go over the clouds. Can't do that.
They
That was
can't,
always my thing. It's like, why can't they just build like something that's high?
like the
Or
Jetsons.
make a balloon.
Yeah.
Well, the
Yeah.
thing is, like,
if you block the EMP like coming in, like you're blocking connections going out too, aren't you?
yeah,
I mean, our military now has the technology to.
Not in the peak of
But
civilization.
are they-
1999.
1999.
Do they have like spots that are EMP proof, but then they're hard lined to be able to get out?
I'm not sure.
Carrier anomaly, it said.
I love that.
Mm-hmm. They were looking for him. He stopped them.
I think the first thing everyone would assume is that he's just Superman.
Right. Which, yeah. Which he literally becomes when he flies off at the end of this.
Yeah,
I remember watching the first time and being like, he can fly the whole time? Make a movie about that. Then they did.
I had a friend growing up that he looked remarkably like Keanu Reeves, and he always used to wear like a black shirt and a black
Yeah.
coat like that.
And he gets his new glasses. This is a great song.
Yeah,
I mean, the whole
strong bass line.
And this is a great shot. He takes off there.
without boundaries.
Yeah. You're like, my motherfucker can
Unbelievable
fly.
movie,
I gotta
man.
watch more.
So much of the movie just comes together so well between the CGI, the audio, the actors all do a really good job.
Yep.
And
Barry Osborne, producer.
after
Same for
watching
Lord of the
through
Rings.
it and stuff, like it fits really, like it still
Yeah.
stands up really well, I think. Like
Very
everything.
well.
Perfect, yeah.
Yeah.
I love it, dude.
Like it wasn't moments really that I was like, what the hell? That's so fucking weird looking.
This movie is 20 years old?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. 20 years old.
1999. Yeah,
Yeah.
wow.
It's insane. One of my favorite
It's
movies.
definitely a great sci-fi movie.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and it has so much philosophical meaning behind all of it.
Yeah.
Which is great. Like some movies are just like there's some good sci-fi movies
Yeah.
that you can watch, but they don't strike on like a lot of points
Agreed.
like this. You know what I mean?
And for me, it's one of those movies that you only watch it the first time once, like
Yeah.
it's so hard to replicate, that feeling of finding out all the information. you know? You don't get that in a lot of movies. Some movies I can watch like, no, I get it.
I really want to watch the older, like the sequels now that I'm older.
Yeah, I would like to do
I-
it. They have good conversations, I think.
yeah.
I just remember not liking the second one, and then you told me a lot of stuff that made it make sense to me. That I
Yeah.
haven't watched, but I haven't even watched.
It's
it.
purposely
lot of-
made to be confusing unless you're just like, I gotta watch what the hell that guy said again.
Yeah, a lot
yeah,
of them
but-
are
yeah.
like trying to understand what
Yeah.
their meanings are behind
Yeah.
things.
But
too.
the third one I liked. Like
Yeah.
I remember you told me you liked the second more than the third.
I
didn't
do.
you? Yeah, I love the third. Like the fight at the end is one of the greatest fights I've ever seen.
It's great, but the Chateau fight to the highway scene is, for me, the best action that's almost ever been put on film.
Yeah.
I just don't remember it being that good, but I just
Yeah.
like I literally I think I've seen it twice.
Yeah.
Like when it came, like in theaters and then right when it came out.
I mean, it's just, we can talk about those things when we come to them, I guess, right?
Yeah.
we have
Yeah,
a commentary
sure.
for Matrix 2 or 3.
Ricky, yeah, we got to react or something.
I'm curious about the second and third one because, like, I really like Ghost in the Shell, and it is more heady and more philosophical than this is.
Yeah.
But this is also an easier watch.
Yeah,
True.
it is.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just so many different things to enjoy.
The second and third, the second is definitely heady for sure.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't lose that and become an action movie.
Mm-hmm.
It just becomes, in my opinion, like what? Even stranger, in my opinion. But like I said, it's been 15 years.
Yeah.
So.
And then thinking about like Ghost in the Shell, like I wasn't really thinking about it when I was going through it. Like, but I mean, they do have a lot of similar thoughts, especially early on.
Mm-hmm.
But
What about like what is consciousness, what is reality?
yeah,
And all those kind of things are covered
can you
in
trust?
this.
Yeah, like, but if it's just sensations, like, is the real world and the Matrix, like, they're both just sensations that you're experiencing.
Yeah. What is life?
Just experiencing something.
is life just?
So would you rather
experiences?
experience the Matrix and have a great life, or would you rather experience the real life and have a shitty life?
Yeah,
They're both experiences.
You're eating sludge.
But
Yeah.
like in the Matrix, do they have free will or do the computers determine everything for them?
I think they have free will, but the computers can go in there and do whatever they want.
I feel like it's almost like an algorithm where like certain random things will happen, but there's like low chances of great things happening.
Yeah, they try to create the perfect world and it failed. So
Yeah.
I think it's freedom of choice and everything else.
I mean,
Yeah,
there has to
with-
be struggle.
It's an illusion of free will because
Yeah.
you
With
could
a
be taken
human-
over by an agent at any time.
Yeah.
And if they need to patch something, they just fix it, and you have no idea something was fixed.
But with
Yeah.
a human mind, it's going to have to believe that it has somewhat freedom, or else it's going to believe it's not real, you know, and
Yeah.
or it's going to start combating it more so. So it's going to have some element of free will, even if it's not like, I don't think it's that they're programmed to like, okay, this character will now go to work and now it's going to go home and make dinner. I think it's going to be more of a like, well, you get to choose what you do, but here are the rules and you can't go outside of this area, you know, something along those lines.
And that kind of goes along with the other like more physical aspects of the Matrix that we learn rules about. Like, yeah, there are rules that you can bend and some that you can break, but you still have to work inside those rules.
I wonder if they have to reset this every now and then, because what happens when the Matrix civilization gets to the point where they create the Matrix?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you, my
Well,
friend.
yeah.
That's an
need to
interesting
watch the
conversation that
second
maybe
and
we'll
third
discuss in a future commentary.
Yep. Hope you guys enjoyed this. We had a lot of fun, and we'll let you know what's going to be going on with more Matrix stuff in a future time.
Yep, and make sure you guys go to patreon.com for the polls, and you can vote in future reactions and commentaries that are coming right
Halloween's
here.
coming up.
Blind
Yeah.
Wave.
Time for scary stuff. Bye.
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 Bye-bye.
And guys, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button so that you guys don't miss out on any movie commentaries or reactions. And as I said before, the Patreon button's right over there. Go and vote in the next poll right now so that we keep these things a roll.
Yeah.